blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Do you remember the first time we met? I certainly do. You were on your lunch break eating tacos when our eyes connected. You smiled at me and covered your mouth in an attempt to hide your chewing, and you said, hello. I opened my mouth with all intentions to return the greeting, but the words that fell from my lips was, thank you. With an understandably confused look on your face, you asked, thank me? Thank me for what? I told you that when the time was appropriate, I would explain my response because the answer would begin to formulate as soon as you accept my late hello. But now that we've made it to this day, the day that we stand before God and man, and I feel like this is the most appropriate time to answer the question of why I said thank you. Numbers. The reason is I asked God for you. Before I ever laid my eyes upon your majestic beauty, I had already asked God for you. Let me explain. I told God that I felt broken. He said he would send me some glue. And just like that, you came into my life, gathered the shattered pieces of my heart, poured your love inside, and sealed the cracks to make me whole again. You see, I asked God for you. I told him that I was cold to my soul. He said that he would send me a blanket. And when life's trials and tribulations activated the icy chills of depression, you used your words to speak to the king in me, creating a barrier that covered me from negative energy, reassuring the fact that the answers to my prayers is standing right in front of me. I asked God for you. And you walked right into my life. You changed my entire perspective of the world. I promise I'll protect you. I promise that I'll always love you. I promise to cherish what I prayed so hard for. So at the moment of our first greeting, my thank you wasn't for you. It was to God. Because I knew at that very moment that you smiled and tried to cover your mouth in an attempt to hide your chewing. That was the moment I first met the answers to my heart's prayers. Once again, everybody, I want to welcome you to another episode of the Louisiana Lyricists Lounge. I am your host, Paul Cram, the poet, a.k.a. Proof a Woman Can Raise a Man. And we have another hot show for you tonight. Tonight we have a poet, man, that we connected through, I want to say Legendary Ink is when we first connected, and we just been rocking ever since, man. She's just completely awesome, beautiful soul, dope ass pen. So let me go ahead and let you know a little bit about her before I let her come on up here and cut up. So she is Cleveland's own Keisha L. Short, known on the mic as Klassy Poet, also on social media platforms, and Sultry Phoenix on TikTok. She has been writing poetry since the age of 8, and she has been writing poetry since the age of 8, and she has determined that it is her first love, her release, and her passion, and also her therapy. Poetry, well, she says poetry is who she is. She's a creator of the group The Window to My Soul, as well as Time Essence Poetry winner. She is also blessed to be a poet in many poetry platforms, as well as an author of the poetry collection The Window to My Soul. She has been featured on Soul Twins, The Get Down, Epiphany Radio, shout out Epiphany, Divas Talk, and the Louisiana Lyricists Lounge, just to name a few. So, without further ado, everybody, please put your hands together and help me welcome none other than Klassy Poet.
Hello, hello, hello.
What's good? What's good? It's great to
Going
see you again.
on? It is great to see you.
So, so I have some questions actually to ask you. We're not just going to wing it this time, and I think I'm in the wrong spot for my questions. To be straight up with you,
All right,
oh
time.
Lord,
Take your
I
time.
put him in the wrong. I put it in the wrong spot. I put it in the wrong spot. Oh well. So here we go. So your poetry, your poetry, you say you use as your therapy and things like that. And I hear a lot of poets say that. Like a lot of us, we use poetry as a way to express, as a way to get things off of our chest. What role do you feel like poetry plays in your mental health?
It is my mental health. It keeps me grounded. Um, Being able to express myself. If I did not have poetry, there would be no me.
Okay,
Poetry has gotten me through a lot of life's obstacles, life, death, love, sadness, breakups. Poetry has always been there. Poetry is my soul food.
I like that. Poetry is my soul food. I like that. I like that. Poetry, like I don't know. For me, I'm not as chaotic as I used to be, and I really have to thank certain people for that, and also poetry itself. But it's like I really feel like I'm not locked up. Like I'm not doing hard time because I was able to grab my pen
Mm-hmm.
before I reached for my pistol.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of people like, and those of y'all that's listening who grew up with me, y'all might be some of them. But there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people they're still walking around right now because I was able to get to this
Yeah.
before I got to this. So
Mm-hmm.
poetry to me has never just been like a hobby. It's always been a savior.
Yes.
Right. So, so writing at the age of 8,
Yes.
what pushed that?
Um, I was picked on a lot as a little girl. I wasn't necessarily the popular girl. I wasn't in the groups, the cliques, or whatnot. I kind of played and kept to myself.
Mhm.
So a lot of times I would just sit, over in a corner and I would just write. I would write and I would draw. And my teacher, I'll never forget, Miss Bryson, God rest her soul. She, I left my notebook out on the playground one day, and she started reading, and she's like, "Little girl, you got something here." And she said, "Why do you sit and write by myself all the time?" I said, "Because I don't really have a lot of friends."
Mm.
And she was like, "Well, as long as you got this pen, it is your best friend." And
I-
I just kept writing from there.
So where do you usually draw your inspiration from? Like life, love, pain, politics? What?
Everything but really politics. I don't too much write about politics. If I do, I'm gonna be really, really mean on politics. I just kind of leave. I just
Not
kind of leave
mean.
that alone.
Why would you be mean? Is there any particular person that you will be mean to?
Oh my goodness, that orange man,
That
you know who I'm
the
talking.
orange guy?
That orange kind.
Oh
Um,
man.
I wrote my best piece about Barack Obama, and I left it there because we made history
You
when we
did.
got him as president. But for the most part, I'm a love girl when it comes to poetry. I write a majority about love, and it's generally always inspired by um, my parents inspired a lot of my love poetry because I watched 55 amazing years until my father left this world. I watched it and I still see the love that's still there, even though he's not present. It still lives within my mother, the way that she still talks about him. And it
Wow.
always keeps me inspired.
See, let's clap it up one time for Black Love, man. Like that's
Yeah.
55 years. I feel like I get on people's nerves within the first 55 minutes.
Minutes.
And 55 years. Oh, aha! You straight up, hey, just straight up. Fuck Cheetos. I don't even like Cheetos snacks no more. Fuck it. All right. So, do you have like any specific writing rituals or a creative routine when crafting a poem?
I must be listening to jazz and I like the sound of water.
Jazz and what? Any particular jazz?
Um, Not really. It's just got to be jazz. I truly I love Boney James.
That's my guy.
I love my namesake Najee. I named my son after him. Just jazz in general. I love jazz. Anything that's got a jazz beat. Moments in Love will strike a poem for me in an instant. From Art of Noise, that will strike a poem with me in an instant. If I hear it, it'll strike something. 9 times out of 10, it's erotic though.
Oh yeah, we know your pen will definitely go under some sheets. We definitely know that. Um, yeah, jazz, man. I'm a big jazz fan. Like Boney James, Wayman Tisdale. I listen to Paul Hardcastle. Like I can sit back and listen to jazz all day. Even the old school cats like um Dizzy Gillespie.
Yes.
I listen to all of that. J Rob, shout out to J Rob. J Rob put me on a few of the more traditional jazz
Coltrane.
music. That's who he had me listening to. Like, and I was sitting up in my room like straight
Yeah.
up all day, just on it. Like,
He put me on
damn.
Coltrane. Yes, he did. Miles Davis was my father's. I listened to him. David Sanborn
Yeah.
was one of my
Anthony
fathers.
Arnold put me on him. Anthony Arnold put me on him. Shout out Kingpin. Mm. So, question: here's something that a lot of poets do struggle with when they're writing their pieces, because a lot of us as poets, we we're like confused on when a piece should end, how a piece should end, if a piece should end. So, how do you know when one of your poems is finished, or is it ever really finished?
Um, that's hard to answer because it plays in different ways for me. Sometimes I'll be writing something and the last sentence that comes to mind to put on it will let me know it is finished.
So, is it something that just like you just get a feeling like, this is it,
It,
this is
it's
the
just
end?
a tingle. I'm like, when that last line comes to me, okay, this is it for this piece. Um, some of them, like I wrote one for my, I shared with you that my pastor passed on, and his daughter called me instantly, and she's like, I need a piece for the obituary. It's lengthy because it just there. I had to take it all the way until a certain point to end it.
Ooh, that had to be heavy.
It was. It was. It was. They they'll say to me, I have no idea how you do this because it's like you slip into the person that you are tributing and you speak. It's like they speak through you. And it is an incredible honor for someone to say that to you because I just go to a place and I went to a place. I love Bishop and He was like a father to me. He eulogized my father when he passed, so we had a connection. So there was nobody else that could write that poem for that obituary but me.
Wow. That's I I wrote a piece for my grandfather when he passed, but I never no one's ever seen that piece. Like I put it in an envelope. My mama had the casket that he had drawers on his casket, which I don't understand why he had drawers on his casket, but that's what my mama wanted, and that's what he had, you know. So, but since he had a drawer, I opened it and I put that piece in there, and look at this dude.
That's why I crack it up.
And I put that piece in there. So, and that was hard for me to do, like just to do that.
Hmm.
So I know for your words to be printed and to putting in a in the program and people are reading it and you're reading it again and yeah I commend you because that's a different type of strength.
Yeah.
That's definitely a different type of strength. But I got one more question to ask you before we go ahead and get to the point where the reason why everybody's here. All right, so performing your poetry. How does performing your poetry live impact the way that you write it? Like, do you write differently for, for shows than you do for self?
No, same way I write for me is the same way I'm gonna perform it.
That's what's up.
Generally, I'm gonna have to have a little alcoholic beverage though before me to perform because I'm a stage fright kind of person, so I'm gonna have to be a little bit very relaxed before I get up on the stage.
Yeah, yeah, I totally understand that. You see, I don't do a whole lot of drinking, but I have ways to relax. I have ways to relax. So,
Yeah.
oh man. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up off this stage and I'm gonna let you get into the first half of your set. So at this moment, the mic is yours.
All right. All right. Well, seeing as though he called me the Jill Scott of poetry, it feels only right to do the poem in which he gave me the title for. This piece is entitled I Only Write Classy Shit. I only write classy shit poetically. It is me, the one, the only. In the poetry game, I go by this name, Klassy Poet. There's a reason for that. I would hope that you never forget it, seeing as though when I write, it's never trashy or nasty. I only write classy shit. Completely, lyrically, rhythmically, verbally, erotically sexy, always classy style. While others say pussy, I say pink pleasure palace, virgin punani, forbidden zone, garden of Eden. This is how I'm speaking. It's the woman's temple, so why be word simple? While others say dick, I say long, thick phallus, pleasure measure, muscular rod of steel. Mr. Love Jones, you see, I want mental imagery, fantasy, in my words, if you will. Again, why be basic? I am not average or standard. I am not normal or ordinary. I am exceptional and extraordinary. I am unique. I stand out. For me, being classy poet, being different is what I'm all about. My wordplay is subliminal, metaphorical. If you dare, without scare, my words will take you there. They tell a story, my story. It's not just words, it's poetry. I never write lame, I keep that flame. I don't write tawdry shit. I only write classy shit. And it's intentional. I write real. I write words you can feel. It is me. It is I. I am classy poet. And that's that piece. We'll go right into the next one. This one is called Over Sexualized. When I walked past you and you publicized my body for everyone to see, saying, damn, look at that fat ass. Damn, you thicker than a snicker. Asking the question, is all of that badonkadonk real? Or did you get it for a steal? You assumed because I chuckled. That was your invitation to degradation, and I was the muse you would abuse with your words. When you said next, can I can a brother get a feel? Cause I don't believe it's real. I feel you got some Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj implants in them pants, that fake Barbie monotony. Just at a glance, I'm over sexualized by your ignorant mouth and eyes. Next, you will tell me I got fake breasts, hips, and thighs. It would be wise to seal your lips. You should heed these tips, little boy, because you are merely a toy, as a true king would never disrespect a queen. We already live in a world that's consumed with sex, self body sacrifice, and lies. Queens being advertised as if they are a mating trophy or sexual prize rather than a human being. Then we have you with your childlike point of view. Let me ask you, does your mama respect you? Over sexualizing women for a reaction? Tell me, does this give you sexual satisfaction because of your lack of attraction? Or is it that you yourself can't get a queen? Maybe one day you will recognize that women shouldn't be publicized or over sexualized. Instead, they should be respected and treasured. Just a tip from a queen that's wise. And that's that piece. Now, y'all know I'm going to get a little naughty. So I'll go with this one from my chocolate intimacy collection called Let's Drip in Chocolate. Together, lover, you and I have a delectable tasting. So now let's begin basting in one another's chocolate. Let's explore our sensations. Let's melt in ways that will have us licking each other for days in a Hershey's versus Mr. Goodbar kind of ways. Let's groove so nice and smooth, basking in our chocolate rays with our fingers dripping and dripping in a bittersweet, warm, gooey maze glaze that cascades all over our bodies. I want to be lost in your sweetness as I soak in your goodness and love as I lay on the bottom and you up above. I want to be the distraction that occurs until you have reached sexual satisfaction. I groan, you moan. I purr, you roar. I quiver, you shiver, you shake. Here comes the earthquake. Then I will whisper, was it good to you? And if so, may I interest you in another round meant for two? Let's drip in chocolate. It's my love language. Derritiendo en ta boca, así como en is manos, papi. Hagamos el amor. And Paul Cram, that's that piece.
Don't say my name like that. Don't do that. Don't, especially after saying the things in my Javi voice, the things that you just said. You just don't say my name like, and Paul Cramp. Don't do that. Don't see. All right. Whew, okay. Let me get myself back there. Whew. All right. So that is the first half of our show. What's good, Nat? What's good? Hey, Nat Turner. All right. So real quick sidebar, totally nothing to do with poetry. I want to shout out Nat Turner.
Mm-hmm.
So in my city in Alexandria, Louisiana, there's a lot of well, I can say what I want to say. There's a lot of bullshit that goes on in my city,
Wow.
and a lot of it is political.
Okay.
We actually have some black people that's in office that's they black by skin.
Only.
That's it. And Nat, when I the very first time I heard of Nat Turner, he was actually into it with somebody I call my sister. Like
Okay.
I don't know what they was beefing about. All I know is that she was upset. So me being the brother, I need to call this nigga. I need to find out who this nigga is. You're not gonna play with
Mm-hmm.
my sister. Woo woo woo. And I called him and he answered the phone and we talked.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized, all right, I see what this is. Cool. And then he told me, hey man, just follow the stuff I be doing and you will see what's the ruckus about. So I started following his lives and things like this, and he's creating havoc in the city, basically putting them politicians in a place like putting fire under their ass. So he's trying to get the city to change. So
Yeah.
I wanna shout out Nat Turner for everything he's doing. He's helping, young black men get the fuck out the city
Yeah.
by helping them get like scholarships and things like
Oh,
that.
awesome. He making
Yeah,
good trouble.
he making good trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Making good trouble. But it's like he ain't no bitch. So when you come at him sideways, you gotta understand that's still a grown man. He still ain't about to.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Mm.
he ain't bullshitting. So shout out to Nat Turner, man. Much love to you, man. Thank you for what you're doing with my city, bro. All right. So once again, this is with the conclusion of the first half of the show. We're gonna get ready and get into our sponsorships and music break. For the music today, we're gonna go with Elijah Rosario with Chemical Reaction. Y'all, let me know what you think.
Is it too late to say that I'm sorry? Or have we reached that point of no return? Say what's on your mind, I don't wanna turn a blind eye to all the things that we've done to reach this point, into an empty void, facing repercussions from the words of our choice. I'm just trying to find a reason we should stay, be ashamed to throw it all away. I'm not giving up so easy. I still want you, need you, here with me in the middle of the night when you touch me so gently. If you're trusting, willing to learn me, after all the times I try pushing away, girl, I still see a life here with you, over going round. I'm still willing to admit my flaws, show you that I'm worth the cause, give you everything you need, prepared to catch you when you fall. You got me pleading on my knees, oh baby, don't leave me. You got me pleading on my knees, oh baby, cause I still want you, need you, here with me in the middle of the night when you touch me so gently. If you're trusting, willing to learn me, after all the times I tried pushing away, girl, I still see your life here with
right, man. That was Elijah Rosario with Chemical Reaction. That was dope. Like that was, I was feeling that. That was dope. How you
Yeah,
felt about it?
I like that. That was really nice. That was smooth.
So, if you are an independent artist, a spoken word artist, poet, up and coming comedian, and you're looking for some type of exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. But Blast is also looking for the fans. So, if you are a fan of great music, you can also register as an unlimited fan at blastmusic247.com, and that is also free. Blast, we're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to our sponsor real quick. We're gonna go to Zion Imaging. Here we go.
Let's go! On a journey together with Zion Imaging, I want you to see this experience up close. And me as a wedding and event DJ, I watched how everybody had so much fun with Zion Imaging. And a big reason for their success is the team. Yes, Jaron Thomas and his family started this off as a passion project, and they have one simple goal in mind: taking your event to the next level. Whether it's a wedding, reunion, quinceañera, school, or corporate event, Zion Imaging is all about family-friendly fun. And I gotta show you on this tour the high-level technology that quickly sends your video session to your phone, whether it's iPhone or Android. Yes, it's the Zion Imaging 360 spin booth experience, serving North Texas, North Louisiana, South Arkansas, Orlando, and more. Give us a call, 318-469-4265. Check us out on Facebook or book us at Zion Imaging, XYAN Imaging.com.
When you said you did not want to embarrass me by letting me know that I was your muse, all I could do was smile. I promise the smile was not from any type of embarrassment, like not even a little bit. In fact, I smiled because I totally understood the feelings created. As instructed, my pen penetrated the premises of your mind and created a fantasy of us writing together. Thoughts of our collaboration rapidly racing through your mind, still in focus from your normal thoughts and activities, bringing you to the realization that you really want my pen. Your imagination feels like a reality as you daydream of me, dipping inside of your inkwell and with the calligraphy like strokes, beautifully creating stanzas of passion as we alternate lines of satisfaction as if this is a Japanese ringu. Eyes closed, head tilted back. You softly grip your breast and release a slight moan as you imagine my pen, showing you its knowledge of many forms that it has perfected. Whether it's a short, purposeful stroke of a haiku or a deep digging of a blues sonnet, your free hand has made its way to the pearl tongue gates of your heaven. As the thoughts of my pen writing a scene of climax are being engraved into your soul, making your inkwell spill, saturating sheets of paper as you lick the tip of my pen, tasting the essence of my perfected work. You want to share my space and let my mouth speak to tell you just how good my pen truly is. Well, if you truly want to find this out, let's write. Just be prepared for the journey that this pen will take you on. I'm Paul Crown. Welcome to the experience. This is the second half of the Louisiana Lyricists Lounge, and tonight we are presenting Klassy Poet. We're about to bring her back to the stage, ask her a few more questions, talk a little shit, and then let her cut up. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Hello.
Oh man, 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 man. I appreciate that, y'all. I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Yes.
All right. So I have another question as far as like your performing and things go.
Yeah.
What is the most memorable reaction you've ever received from someone hearing your work?
Standing up and hollering my
Like
name.
actually hollering?
They was hollering my name.
Like a graduation holler?
Yes. Classy Poet.
Like
They
they was
was
hitting.
hollering. They was hollering. They was hollering.
How did that feel? Like,
It felt amazing. One, because like I said, I'm not one to really perform on stage
mhm.
because I get so nervous. So when I get that type of response, it was like, wow. And they're like, you got to come back. It was like, you just need to go ahead and move to New York.
Do you remember the piece that you did that got that reaction?
Damn. It was
Are
an
you,
erotic piece.
oh, I'm about to say, are you saying damn like you forgot or damn that's the title? Just confused the shit out of me real quick. All right, so hopefully, y'all, we might hear that piece on the second half. I'm just saying, even if she got to do four, I'm just saying. Hey, real quick, and before I forget, I want to shout out to Poppy's Poetry Corner, man. Every Wednesday,
Yes.
I think it's 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Y'all make sure y'all tune in, and that's Wednesdays, man. One of the hottest shows around.
Yes.
My motherfucking sister, man. Keynotes running them things over there. So
Yes.
that's Poppy's Poetry Corner every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, man. Y'all make sure y'all get there. Okay, so back to you. This
Yes.
man here nuts. Man, that's my guy, man. That's my dude, bro. I love the support, man.
Well, Nat, you probably gonna keep them off on this next half.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Nat. She tell you to go ahead and get ready. Get ready. He a truck driver. I'm sure he got like a whole like big thing of lotion in that passenger seat. He waiting. So, are there any recurring themes in your poetry that you find yourself returning to, and why do you think that is, if so?
Recurring themes. Um, I say you see a lot. I've noticed in a lot of my poems that I write because it's as if I'm telling you this story or this poem to your face. So you see is a go-to for me.
Like a bridge to a next, like the next line you're getting ready to say.
Yes.
I catch myself doing that. I'm actually trying my hardest to get out of the habit, trying to find like other words or
Yes.
other ways to like do that. But yeah, I catch myself a lot. If I'm going over a piece and I hear me saying it, I'll stop and I'll start like, okay, I gotta fix this. I gotta. that,
But it's not easy because a lot of times you see just fits where you putting it. So
it does fit like every time. It just like, but no, I get it. That's that for me. Being friends with Mystic, like it's man, it's shit that I have noticed that and I try my hardest to fix it. You know, so like I'm working on my delivery and all of that because she brought something to my attention that I couldn't hear for myself. You
okay.
know, and it took me to actually go listen to me from videos and things to be like, oh, that's what the fuck she's saying. Like,
Hmm.
oh, okay, that makes sense. So bringing that up, you've been spitting, been writing for a long time,
Hmm.
but are you still in a space where you feel like you can be taught something? 'Cause
Yes, always. I'm always willing to learn anything. If somebody tells me, try this, I'll try anything different. I never walk away from being told anything that I can learn.
see, I respect that so much because it's a lot of poets out there that feel like they've reached the pinnacle of perfection,
Oh yeah,
and
I know
it's
a couple.
like, damn, man, it's like I know a wizard. I know a wizard by the name of Omari, and if Omari feels like he can still learn shit, I feel like everybody with a pen can
Yeah,
still learn shit.
thank you.
Cause that dude's a fuck like a real live wizard. Like y'all laughing, I'm dead ass. Like I think he know magic. Like Omari's different. Omari's different. Okay, so you do have some pieces that come from like dark or hurt places.
Yes,
So how do you balance your vulnerability with self-protection when you're writing those pieces, especially for the ones you plan on presenting to people?
I tell my truth basically. I tell you if it's something that is seriously my life or if it's someone else's. If it is someone else's, I always ask people to respect what you're reading because I've written this for someone else to express their truth. But I'm always upfront with if it's my truth, I'm gonna let you know it's my truth.
Do you get a sense of relief from writing those pieces?
Always, always. Like I said, poetry for me a lot of times is therapy, and it has healed me in a lot of ways where I don't always feel that I have to go that deep,
Hmm.
but I don't always like to be put that deep. A lot of times, and I love him dearly, strategy. He would hit me in that core with about three or four back to back deep pieces he wanted me to do. And sometimes I'd have to say, all right, now, strategy, I don't always want to go this deep.
Hmm.
But I also thank him because he has opened the door for a lot of us to express a lot and a lot better. I feel that my poetry and my writing styles got a lot better once I got in the legendary. I always felt I was good, but I always felt I could be better.
That's what's up. Shout out Legendary Ink, man. Shout out Legendary Ink. So, what role do you think poetry plays in today's world, whether it's socially, politically, personally? Like, what role does poetry play? Not just for you, just for people in general.
I think poetry has a place everywhere. I was like a proud mama with a young lady, and I can't think of her name right now, that did her poem on stage for the inauguration.
Hmm.
When poetry makes it to an inauguration, you know you can say you have made it because that let me know that poetry can make it on any platform if it can make it to an inauguration.
And you know some people. We know some people who got that type of skill set. And
Yes.
it's only a matter of time before we could be watching the TV saying, "Hey, I know that cat,"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it's coming. Like poetry's big. Like poetry's big, and it's an art to me that I don't feel like you can get too old for. Like
No.
you got people who, hey man, you 42 years old, bro, kill that rap dream. It's
Mm-hmm.
like you got that, but you'll never hear that. You will never hear that about poetry.
No.
Like you'll never hear that. Last question I got before I give you back the stage. What do you want people to remember or feel after hearing your work?
To not be afraid. To not be afraid to express yourself however you see fit. If you are a poet that writes about love, make it love. If it's about eroticy, make it as nasty as you possibly can make it. But for me, I keep it classy. Um, and just spit. Spit what you feel. Spit how you feel. And don't get me wrong, there are some nasty poets that I like how nasty you get with it and your nasty terms that you use. I just can't always use them that way, but I create my own ways to use them and still get as nasty.
That's CJ. CJ from Facebook is what I make people call her. Yeah, but she's that same revere that I have for Nat. It's like it's 2 3 times over behind that one right there. Like
Hmm.
I'll rock that orange suit for that one. Yes, yes, Lord. Like with no issue. Because I know she's gonna put money on my books. I know I'm good. I
Absolutely,
know I'm
absolutely,
good. Uh,
absolutely.
all right, so I'm getting ready to get out and go ahead and give you back this stage that you already lit on fire. So at this moment in time, Classy, the mic is yours.
All right. Uh, this piece right here. If y'all ain't had a cold shower, you might need one. This piece is called How Many Licks? As I sit here salivating, the thoughts of this tasting, I am wondering, will your inner lion roar and let Leo energy come for me? Will you grip the sides of my face with a fierce squeeze, saying stop, because you're not ready? Trying to hold my head steady, but then I take you all inside my throat, because what men say when they see these lips, taste these lips, I am the goat. And not just to the ink, but with my tongue as well. If I do secretly tell, it is a fetish of mine, a challenge of determining just how many licks it will take to get to the center of your Tootsie Roll until you pop that cream and I watch it stream from my lips to the tips of my nips. You see, for me, it is a treat and a pleasure to suck your full, swollen measure. I can become a beast, an anaconda with my vernacular, doing things like flicking my appendage so that when you view me touching my chin, you heard me correctly, touching my chin. You begin to feel perpendicular, knowing this will be spectacular. Now, let me be clear. I am not sloppy. I don't spit or slob. I handle you classy like I am dining on filet mignon, the most special cut of beef. I don't want you well done. I like my meat medium, where the juices flow until I have the very last drop. When I get there, I won't stop. I don't seem to understand. No, only go. I will see immediately if we can again stand strong because I want this time with Love Jones to be ecstatically long. I want to suck you like you have never been sucked before. I want to be insatiable when it comes to pleasing you. I want your soul to sing from your ding a ling a ling and the spirit hits you and you begin speaking in tongues. Now, clasp your legs around my waist as I continue to taste and baste one kiss, one nibble, one lick after another. Repetir, repetir, repetir. How many licks? 21. But I'm not done. Deeper and deeper goes the Libra. Now I have become your Cobra. Wrapping my wet around you, I want to spoil you with pleasure, pain, and watch you as you quench my throat with vanilla cream rain. And all needs are met. I lick my lips, whispering in your ear, Papi, quiero que vengas de nueva. And that's that piece. This next piece is called I Like It Wet. Strawberry sauce or chocolate fudge with whipped cream. No, this isn't a dream. This is classy, finding out which flavor would go best with your tongue because I desire you to kumame. Here I am, eagle spread in the center of the bed, playing with my pink Eden, 2 fingers, and my thumb. Tasting real sweet, of course, I eat my veggies and fresh fruit to keep you in hot pursuit of this garden. You know, X marks the G spot of my treasure. I need you to make me your pleasure. A birdie got in my ear saying your tongue and hands are magic. So, abracadabra, let them disappear inside of me. I want your face to accompany between my thighs, kissing me softly as you rub my back, making me your delicious snack. While my legs are clamping you in ecstasy, feeling you kiss my lips through the words of this rhyme, delivering tender, exquisite affection, moisture happening, lips to lips as you are, licking with complete perfection, dripping salaciously upon the silks of these sheets, saturating the hairs in your beard, having absolutely no regret. You know, Daddy, how much I like it wet. Et vous venir encore et encore. I want to come again and again. And that's that piece. Now I feel it's only right I should end on the piece that got people to holler at me. So here it is for you. Damn. Damn. I want you to lose yourself underneath my sheets between wet and wet. We can surely act as though we just met. After all, it is I that won the bet. So let me tell you exactly what I want you to do to me. Enter me with raging thrust. Right now, we can make this moment all about lust. Tempt my G spot with everything you got. Hit it just right so I can contract the muscles in my walls and make myself nice and tight. Around your waist, I wrap my legs. Yes, you moan. I make out between your pants my name as you arch your frame. Let me feel all of you. Go deeper. Go deeper. Go deeper inside my pink. Watch me shiver because you done hit that spot. Got my stomach in a knot. I gyrate my hips and arch my back. I synchronize my rhythm to match yours with no slack. You thrust. I'm about to bust. Then you explore for more. You lick my clit. I feel my paradise spit. Oh, shit. My muscles tighten in my abdominal pit. You moan. You groan, picking up the pace, holding on to the sides of my face. You drain into my heavily oasis until there's nothing left but drips. Inside, we create nature's rain as we mix. You kiss me upon my lips. I smile as I whisper in your ear, baby, I'm not done. I haven't seen the morning sun. Let's do it one more time, Poppy. Damn, I'm locked, loaded, and ready. And I am Klassy Poet, and that's that piece. You muted.
On purpose. that was not a mistake. that was purposely done. I have my reasons. Oh man, it was an absolute pleasure having you back on the lounge, man.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Now
Can
you know why he hollered my name.
yeah. So can you please let everybody know if you have anything coming up, any things for sale, books, anything like that, and where they can follow your pen?
You can always follow my pen on Facebook and either my group, The Window to My Soul, or you might find me in any of the other several groups I am in. Legendary Inc., Poppy's Corner. Um, C Dub got a couple of them. Absolute is only coming to mind in one of them, but I'm in both of them as well. I am on TikTok under Sultry Phoenix 72. I am on Instagram in under Klassy Style. I have a book that will be coming out by next summer. Um, Still working on the title, but it is definitely a book for the grown, and sexy because it will be a collection of probably, the goal is to do 72 hot pieces.
Damn. 72?
Yes.
That's a good number. That was a good year. That was a
Yes,
good
it
year.
is. Yes, it is. It was a
I
family.
wouldn't fucking know. I wasn't here. I was still I still had 10 years to cook. Oh man. Well, on behalf of the Louisiana Lyricists Lounge, man, I am once again want to say thank you and so happy that you made it through.
Yes.
And we definitely will do this again.
All right now.
Let me get you down for stage real quick. Oh man, thank you everyone who came out once again to the Louisiana Lyricist Lounge. Be on the lookout for Pentelectual Conversations that will be starting up on the 8th of July. I want to say the official show will be the 15th, I think. So mark your calendars, follow the page if you're not already following the page, Pentelectual Conversations page on Instagram and on Facebook. And yeah, I want to thank y'all again for coming out because without you, there is no me. One love, man. Poets, if you got something to say, don't sit on it. Let's talk about it. We out.